You are now listening to 3 Quirks and a Twerk at 89.3 FM.
This is my station.
Action.
It's just insane and I love it.
Entertainment.
Hey guys, it's Selena Gomez.
Hey, this is Ed Sheeran.
Hey guys, it's Taylor Swift.
Entrepreneurs.
You need to learn this business, and this is the time to do it.
And empowerment.
Become an insider, so you have to know the rules before you get in the game.
It's Friday.
I can't believe that it's Freaky Friday.
YB Moody, shake that booty and tune in to the voice of the continent.
Breezy. Oh my God, I'm the man. I'm so fly and I can dance.
Well, our next guest, we have Miss Nguyen from Paragon Tuition. She'll be joining 3 Quirks and Turks. Let's get another song on and make sure you guys are driving home safely as well. How are you feeling, Anne?
Fantastic for a Friday.
For a Friday?
Absolutely fantastic.
Yes, it's Friday. YB Moody, you're going to shake your booty and you're going to tune in to 3 Quirks and a Turk. And our next guest is actually, we've got Miss Xuan from Paragon Tuition. How you doing?
I'm well, very well, thanks, David.
Yeah, did you two ring each other up because you guys are wearing white shirt? And I must be mentally...
You're wearing a white shirt.
Correct. I must have realised also that you two are wearing white shirts. I'm wearing my white shirt as well, right?
We all get the right memo today.
That's right. That's right. I was hoping Anne didn't get the memo, but she must have hacked into my account.
That's right. I decided to wear cream pants since you guys are both wearing blue.
Are we wearing blue as well? Bloody hell, mate. How good is that? So, Xuan, welcome to the 3 Quirks and a Turk. Share with us a little bit about what's been happening in your week this week.
Yeah, so I've been busy working and, of course, preparing all the material for my tuition center.
Mm-hmm. And how's that? I mean, like, dealing with kids, some can say it's a wonderful, others can say it's a blessing. To me, man, that's a pain in the backside, looking after kids, right?
It is a lot of patience involved, I must say. And another thing is that your passion and how you really enjoy teaching them and seeing them grow. And that is the most beautiful thing.
Wow, can you hear that, Anne? She's saying if your passion is dealing with kids, it's a beautiful thing. You agree with her?
Yeah, and in your voice I can hear that it's a very caring and kind aspect of you because, you know, not everyone is good with kids and not everyone can enjoy being around kids and being loving and caring towards them. So it's something that it takes character and it takes patience.
And I do know for a fact that, I checked your resume out and it's a very impressive resume. You know, she's done so well in maths at uni and all that. And now you're giving back and trying to help kids with tutoring and all that. So where did that all start? Is that something that you want to do for the last 10, 15 years? Or is that something that just happened recently?
Actually, when I was a kid, I used to have a whiteboard and I taught myself with no student.
Really?
I was pretending to be a teacher. I think like most kids, you know, the only thing that you see is the teacher most of the time. And I was inspired to be so. Since I was a little kid myself.
So that has been your passion since you were a kid to be a teacher?
Pretty much.
So how do you feel now that you are a teacher? You're in a real class situation dealing with kids.
I feel absolutely that I'm in my elements when I'm in front of the classroom.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in the beginning it was a bit daunting.
Yeah.
The first time I was in front of the classroom was I was a statistic tutor at UTS. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was very daunting, but then afterward I thought, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I don't think I can actually ever become a teacher because I don't actually have the patience for kids. Honestly, Anne, do you think you can become a teacher?
No, but I'll tell you what's really funny. You know how you said you knew you were going to become a teacher, right?
Yeah.
So everyone sort of knows what they want to be when they're a kid, right? And I'm just thinking, when I was a kid, I never wanted to be a teacher, but I always knew that I wanted to talk, right? I just wanted to talk, and I used to talk to everyone about anything and everything under the moon and the sun, right? So it's funny because as a child, you know what you want to do.
That's right.
It just takes time to get there. And what about you, Davey? What did you want to be as a kid?
I wanted to be a school kid.
You just wanted to be
I just wanted to be in a school because I love to be in a school, but then growing up I realized that, you know, being in the classroom is hard work. And the funny thing also, there's a misconception that all Asians are very smart. I know Xuan, she's very smart with maths, but I'm the opposite. I'm Asian, but I'm so bad at maths, man. I don't know what it is. I can't count 1 to 1. I'm still thinking today it's a window. Am I correct, Xuan? Is that equal window?
It can be a window.
It can be a window, right?
Whatever you want it to be, David.
Yeah, whatever I'm passionate about. Yes, it could be 1 + 1 = 10, or 1 + 1 = whatever, right? I'm glad you're saying that. Now, what about in terms of like, I know that tutoring, a lot of Asian communities are always constantly pushing the kids to strive for excellence, right? Do you get a lot of parents constantly asking you to push harder and harder on their kids?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I have students who come to me for maths tutoring. They go to other center for extra tutoring.
Yeah.
They do swimming, they do piano lesson, they do math, they do English. They want to get their kid from a very young age into OC class and then selective. And there's parents who come up to me and say, I really want my kid to do 4-unit maths.
4-unit maths,
And to be honest, she's in primary school at a year 6. So it no surprise to me.
Is that a bit hard? Like, this is something I'm always intrigued in, and that is, I know a lot of parents constantly pushing the kids to strive for excellence, right? At what age should we push our kids to extra tutoring and all that?
Oh, you see, I think it's a bit of a personal choice as well. I can feel the pain from the student, to be honest, when they are being pushed so hard in all of the subjects. And, you know, to do extra swimming and dancing and the whole lot. So it's pretty much up to each individual and how your children can cope with it, whether they enjoyed it. I mean, to me, I am a tutor, but then I can still think from the student perspective. You know, they need to be a kid themselves. And have time and have fun.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of parents are wrong. They constantly pushing the kids so hard, you know, tutoring, sports, everything else. And I think let kids be kids. Have a balance, right? I don't know what happened with you, Anne. Were your parents that no, don't go there, because I know what your lifestyle was like, man. She's a rebel, this one.
So what happened, right? Because that's the thing, right? When you put too much pressure on something, it tends to burst and expand, right? So for me, I was pushed when I was really young. But at the same time, like, there were things that I just used to do on my own. So funnily enough, I was actually really, really good at maths, right? But I did it on my, like I sort of just went out there and I asked my mum, like, can you buy me these books, because I really want to learn them. Right? But there were some things that I didn't want to learn. So my mum pushed me in the sense that she made me do so many things in the one day. Not that she forced me to do maths or anything. It was just my personal preference, because I was good at it. But as a child, like, I was forced to do like a lot of different activities and things like swimming. I didn't like too much. Piano, I could play it, but I didn't love it.
You didn't love it. You were forced to. Do you think that sometimes our Asian parents wanting to live their life through us?
I think in a way, like, especially with second generation parents, because they weren't given that opportunity. As a matter of fact, that opportunity was taken away from them. So they have to now, you know, have kids and then push their dreams through their kids. And hence why a lot of first generation Asian Australians are being pushed that way, because their parents weren't given that opportunity ever.
Your thoughts on that, Xuan? I mean, especially you're dealing with a lot of kids and their parents. What's your thoughts on that statement?
Well, again, I would say that, you know, is really having to see your child ability and also what they enjoy doing as well, because that's really important. Because if the student turn up to the class and say that, Miss, I'm really being forced to be here, you know, I don't really want to be here, then, you know, there's no enjoyment in there. And as long as they feel fun and enjoy learning, then I think there's more progression than just being forced to be somewhere that they don't want to.
So there needs to be a balance, right?
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Mambo number 5, you are tuning in with the 3 Quirks and Turk at 89.3 FM. We have got Miss Xuan here from Paragon Tutoring, and we were touching base on about how challenging it could be to tutor and the challenges of parents placing on their kids. So Xuan, you were saying that sometimes we need to kind of let kids be kids, right? I guess in many ways we as parents want to push our kids to be the best version of themselves, but then also we let them need to grow as well. So you've actually got 2 locations. You've got one in Bankstown and one in Bonnerick. So tell us a bit about what is so unique about your tutoring school.
Yes, for our tutoring center, we focus on small group because I think that would be the most effective way of tutoring, because it's not a lecture, it's not a normal school classroom that you would have 20-something, 30 in the classroom. And we also do one-on-one, so our lesson is pretty much tailor-made to that student need.
Yeah.
And especially when we have students who actually lost their foundation, even though when they're in high school.
Yeah.
That's when we take them back to basic.
Okay.
And let them enjoy math again, I would say. And when they are enjoying math and they learn and they understand, I think they help with their confidence as well.
When you say let them enjoy maths, I mean, for a start, I hate maths, right? And I guess you would get a lot of kids who would hate maths. How would, or maybe share with our listeners today, some of the strategy where, say, Anne and I can fall in love again with maths?
I can't guarantee that you will fall in love.
We will try, right?
I think the most important thing is that the student understand the foundation, the concept, and then they would find it enjoyment in solving problems.
Okay.
You know, it's not just numbers, but there's problem-solving question that they need to think and logical thinking. And once they actually understand it, then they would enjoy it. And the thing is, when I teach the student one way and they don't understand it, I break it down into a similar way.
Okay.
Or for example, I would ask them, if you go to a supermarket, you know, you bought something for $5 and you give them like $9, how much you get back? Things like that. That they find it relatable, that they can understand. Break it down into simple terms for the young student to understand.
That's interesting, Anne. I wish my teacher taught me that when I was in school. I just feel I was so pressured trying to know my timetable, and we would sit there and try and write down 4 times table, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8 for like 50, 60 times. By the time I finished like the 50th time, my hands are like, man, I hate maths.
I mean, it's got to be exciting, right? And, but I'll tell you how I became really good at it. So my mum used to have a song, and she'd make me sing the timetables, right? So in Vietnamese, there was a song.
What song was that? Do you remember?
I'm not going to sing it, but but basically, it was a song. It went from like two times something all the way to 9 times something, right? And because it stuck to a beat, I also studied music, right? So I memorized all my timetables when I was 3 years old, right?
Wow, you're pretty good.
But then in year 5 and year 6, the reason why I still memorized it is because there were competitions in class. And naturally, I wanted to win. And so basically, you know, if you won, then you'd get Skittles and stuff. And so if you make it fun, I think if you make it fun and interactive, it makes kids more engaged. Would you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's a good point.
Yeah. And for parents out there, I know it's so important to choose the right school, right, to send the kids. So you touch base on 3 things. The class is very small, so 10 per class, which is really good. So at least that way you can devote more time and energy in each child. And secondly, you mentioned you want to make it fun. Which is also important. And thirdly, you're actually wanting it to break it down. So if they don't enjoy maths, you want to bring it back to square one. Now, for potential parents out there who are not aware of your school, where can they reach out and find more information about you and your school?
Well, I have a website there called Paragon Tuition. So if you can just do a Google search, they will come up there.
Okay. First and foremost, thank you to our guests that's tuning in today. Thank you for your story. I love it. We're going to share it on our Facebook, 3QUIRKSANDATURK. And for those who do have an amazing story, hit us up. And you never know, we might invite you into the studio and have a chat, have a dance with the 3QUIRKSANDATURK here. And what do you reckon? Good show today?
I think absolutely. I mean, we've had such an amazing discussion about, you know, the Facebook news ban and how it's going to affect so many different industries.
That's right.
And to me, it's still a shock. You know,
I am still in shock.
Yeah, I'm flicking through my social media pages and I'm seeing content that's sorry, we can no longer show you this.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can no longer show you
Yeah,
this.
that's right.
It's as if a part of me is missing. You know,
a part of you is dying.
It's dying. I mean, I used to
dying,
subscribe to ABC, right? Like,
ABC. Now I know you're lying.
Yeah.
ABC. Oh, seriously, ABC.
So they used to like send me notifications like 7:30, 5:30. You can send these notifications and
you actually subscribe to ABC, like the news ABC,
like the messenger bot. I used to subscribe to them because for me it was so easily accessible, right? Like instead of watching TV, I'd get that right to my phone. Yeah. And I miss it.
It's true. So Xuan, what about Facebook? What's happening this week? Have you heard what's going on with Facebook, how they're banning all the social media and media pages and all that? What's your thoughts on that?
We have heard of this coming, but you don't really realize it until it's hit home.
Yeah. So now that it hits home, are you prepared for the next stage? Because this just proves to us that we need to be more independent. We need to not just focus on just digital. We need to have other platforms to promote our business and services as well.
Yes, definitely. But the landscape of media is keep on changing, isn't it? It's dynamic. It's never stay the same.
It's very dynamic. It's always changing, and I guess you're always going to be up there. Otherwise, you're just going to fall off the cliff, and then you never come up again. And that's unfortunately the truth within the landscape industry, within the media as well. Now let's go back to Paragon Tutoring, right? So you have a small group. You love what you do, you're passionate about it, and a feel-good story that you can share with the 3 Quirks and our listeners today.
My proud moment, I might share, is that, I always ask my students to do their homework.
Do their homework. I used to hate homework.
And that's the most challenging thing.
Yes.
Because nowadays kids are more accessible to, YouTube and chat and all that. So that is always something that I would like to focus on.
Yeah.
And one day, one of my students come up and say, "Miss, I think I understand why you told me to do homework."
Oh, really?
Not only when that the student realize the power of doing homework, that they would do it themselves without being asked.
Yes.
And that is something that I find really special. Very small, very simple, but it just brings a smile to my face.
So it makes you feel that you've actually achieved exactly what you want to set out to achieve. So round of applause for that, right? You feel accomplishment right there.
I don't think I've ever said that to any of my teachers until after school. So it was 1 or 2 years after high school.
But you were always jigging school, Anne. You were such a bloody rebel, man. You never turn up.
Yeah, and I never understood the importance of doing homework, right?
See? Yeah.
But I sometimes catch up with one of my former teachers, and just recently I said to her, I think I realized the importance of going to school and doing homework, right?
Yeah, really.
For some kids, it hits a lot later on in life, whereas some kids, like the ones that you tutor, they got it early. But perhaps it's credit to you as a teacher for making them understand that, because
that's true.
It's a lot to do with the teacher as much as it is to do with the students.
Yeah, I think you're right, because if I was growing up and if I had a teacher like you, being patient and make it fun, then maybe I could be a doctor now, instead of in the media or sitting in a radio talking to everyone. You know what I mean? Because I never enjoyed it. For someone with an Asian background, you would assume that I'm damn good at maths. But the truth of the matter is, it looks good kill. I am so bad at maths, and I can't do that to save my life, right? So, with no further ado, look, our time is actually running out. So can we say thank you so much, Xuan, for joining the 3 Quirks and Turk. We wish you all the best with your business. And if there's anything else coming up, by all means, hit us up on our Facebook, 3 Quirks and Turk. We'd love to support you and get your message out there as well. Any plans for the weekend?
Well, I will tutor tomorrow Sunday.
And Sunday.
So I do what I enjoy most.
Amazing. And what are you doing this weekend? Reading your maths book maybe, or your science book,
No, I'm over that. I'm way over that. I've moved on to math tech.
Now, it's thank you so much for our guests out there. Make sure that you all drive home safe. Have a great weekend. We will catch up with you all same time, same place next week. Take care of each other, look after each other, and we'll be back next week, same time, same place.
Until then, see you later.
See you later. Bye for now. Bye.